Hello, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. Before I get into today's letter O, I'm going to invite you to check out the link in the comments below to my book, You Are Made to Heal Spiritually, Emotionally, Mentally, and Physically. It's just my journey of where I was stuck for 30 plus years in all sorts of negative stuff. And going on now 10 years, I have not suffered from depression or suicidal thoughts. And it's been an incredible journey. And I just share the tools that have been working the last going on 10 years. So check that out. My book was written for the intent of all adults and teens alike, because let's be honest, life is hard and a lot of us struggle with a lot of negative emotions. So check that out. So what is the letter O for being homeward bound to God? Letter O is overcoming our weaknesses. Now, it's a constant thing, right? To work on ourselves. We all have things. The number one thing that we can do to overcome our weaknesses is to recognize and acknowledge and own whatever it is that we have going on that we don't like. We've got to own where we are at. We have got to, forever. I'm just talking about my experience. Forever, I was the victim. And I would place blame. I would just, because, my parents said this, or my parents did this, or I'm the way I am because of this and this experience. But I never was taking the fact that I was not a happy person. And I was never taking accountability that was my problem, that was that I had to take ownership of that. And I just did not come to that realization until after I had hit rock bottom and God was teaching me some things. And so it's important to be willing to go from the victim mentality to, you know what, I am going to become victor and I'm going to get this. I'm going to beat this and I am going to rely on God to guide me. And so that's the number one thing, is being willing to admit that, yes, I am unhappy. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I have resentment. Or yes, I have unresolved childhood trauma. Yes, I have depression. Yes, I have anxiety. Yes, I have comparison issues badly. I compare myself to others. That's completely unhealthy. Yes, I have whatever it is. It can go on and on and on, right? But it's important that we recognize that. We recognize that that's what's going on, because that's the number one thing. If we can own it and recognize it, then we're ready. We are ready in our healing process. And so that is number one. We cannot overcome anything if we're not going to be willing to go, oh, yeah, this is here and it's a problem and I need to address it. So it's when we are ready and see that it needs to be addressed that we are ready to move forward. And so we move forward in overcoming. And how do we overcome our weaknesses? It's by taking time and investing in ourselves spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. We overcome spiritually by taking that time out each day to connect with God, giving gratitude, saying prayers, reading His Word, staying, allowing ourselves to be still. And maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's pondering a thought, a scripture, a quote that hit you powerfully, that will help you reflect and spiritually on where you're at in this journey. Emotionally, it is allowing yourself to release emotions, unwanted emotions. Recognize those emotions that have unpacked and have stayed for a while, and time to clean house. Time to say, you know what, I don't need to feel this any longer. And just releasing it. I release emotions all the time, and it's quite powerful, because 90+% of our physical pain that we have is due from trapped emotions. Did you know that anger and negative emotions lead to dis-ease in the body, which later turns to disease in the body? They have correlated anger to cancer. They have correlated conflict and different things, and our negative emotions that are not addressed, they have attributed that a lot to disease. When you are trying to fight dis-ease or disease in your body, it's important to allow yourself to have a lot of positive experiences, bring in laughter, bring in healing, and it takes a whole different mind shift, a mind shift, a paradigm shift to change the way you have thought for a long, long time. So it's so important that we can take time to do that. Mentally, again, I just said a paradigm shift, changing those negative thoughts to positive thoughts. And then physically, taking that time, overcoming our weaknesses by, I am addicted to sugar. Because guess what? Most Americans are. Recognizing that I'm addicted to sugar. Oh, I could really cut this out. I could cut the soda out of my life because I'd feel so much better. I could cut the energy drinks out, or I could cut overeating out. I eat really healthy now, but I have had to watch the overeating because overeating can be an issue. So it's so important to really pay attention to what you can do to improve your physical health and overcoming weaknesses through that. And overcoming, maybe it's just a fight to get out to go walking, or to get out to go do your exercise, to go out to the gym, or whatever you like to exercise is important. Maybe it's hard for you to get out and do it. So overcoming the natural man of, complaining or not wanting to do it, and overcoming that kind of weaknesses so that you can get more physical exercise. It is so important to pay attention to those things that might be stopping you. We are our own worst enemy, and we get in our own way. It's important to step aside, get out of our way, and let healing begin. And we do that by being humble. It takes humility to recognize our faults that we have within. That is stripping away the layers of pride, because we all have pride. And if we can strip away and humble ourselves and go, yes, this is a problem. Once we do that, you are allowing the teacher to be there. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. The teacher cannot show up and teach a student ready if a student is blocked and shut off. And pride shuts people off. And so it's so important to strip those layers of pride. I still have pride to this day. Everybody has pride to an extent. And I have lots of room to go. I think a lot of people have a lot of room to go to swallow their pride and allow healing to take place. So overcoming our weaknesses is being homeward bound to God. It's bettering ourselves. It's raising ourselves above where we are at today. It's allowing ourselves to grow. It's allowing ourselves to get out of our comfort zone. So this is something that is near and dear to me, because I stayed stuck and stagnant for so long, and I don't like staying stuck and stagnant. And so I've been growing for these last 10 years, and it's been a beautiful life. It's been so healing, so rewarding. So just remember, we can all overcome our weaknesses, and it takes the help of divine power. It truly does. God is my source. Christ is my source. So just recognize that we can't do it alone. I invite you to please like and subscribe to this channel. Share it with others. It's my mission to help others on their healing journey. So until next time, we'll be talking to you later. Bye.